It is time, Foxfires, for more learning, of course. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, Gigi. Hello, Chance. Hello, Rox. Hello. Wait, Chance also, thank you for for the tier 3 demon general salutes. Subby, and welcome to the demon army for 44 heckin' months chance. Thank you so much. Thank you. And hello to Kaname Crafty. Crafty. Welcome in. Hello Pepe. Hello Wardo. Hello Blaze. Hello Kosovook. And hello Sefim. Hi. Hope everybody's having a lovely Tuesday. My Tuesday has been not too bad. I kind of took some relaxed time today. Watched some videos, and then I also played a little bit of the new arena, I guess, game mode. Finally, I haven't played the arena yet since it came out, but I do have a lot of fun with it. I played some Lulu games, some brand games, and Nami. I had a very silly Nami singed game, which was just like stall the team. It was like I just tried to stay alive and run around with a singed, which was very fun, very silly. I feel like we didn't win, but it was just still fun and silly. Yeah, so I had a good day today. That sounds toxic. Wait, where's my button? It's behind my tablet. I got it. Wait for it. Very delayed rim shot. Thank you. But yeah, so today we're gonna be continuing on. As usual, I've been studying art, and I've been working from a Coloso course by Tusham or Isham. And so far it's been amazing. I feel like I've already like upgraded my art in so many ways already. So I'm dancing. Thank you, Rox, for the dance. Drag a dance. The lateness deserves a drop too. Nope, you get one. That was it. One per stream. Tired today. I woke up in the middle of the night at around 1:30. Oh my gosh, by tornado sirens. Are you okay? Is everything okay, Blaze? Scary. That is terrifying to me. Tornadoes and earthquakes both terrify me because I'm in an area that just doesn't get them, and I've never experienced them, so they're very scary things to me. Up to date, Coloso was giving coupons for, oh yeah, 5 Cinco de Mayo. They were. I got promos when I opened up the thing today too, so yeah, if you're interested, definitely check out some coupons. They do actually a lot of different coupon days, so don't feel bad if you end up missing one. There might be another, so. Tornadoes are fun! Yeah, sure they are, Pepe. Oh, Manta Ray. Crafty. Got a legendary fish! Legendary fish! Oh, also a reminder on the fish too. We are going to be resetting the leaderboards for the fish every month. So we'll kind of see at the end of the month who's gonna be the number 1 spot. It'll be like a monthly little fun fishing thing. The people that watch tornadoes, like the newest TV show, I know, I can't do it. Neve does lots of storm chasing and stuff. It's terrifying to me. But yeah, see, tornadoes, there's Neve. The only thing I'm gonna get in that game is rusty shoes. I feel you. I was the leader before the reset, so I feel good about that. I'm gonna go for a round 2, Pepe. Got a legendary crafty. But yeah, so the Coloso course, yeah, we're using the Isham course, and yeah, so we're gonna do a little bit of a review. So to start, we are going to be going over what we learned last class, which was anime noses and ears. I'll mostly just be focusing on doing a little bit of review of ears, which I did start a little bit today, as like kind of warming up. And then we will go into some viewer critiques, and then our new lesson for today is going to be on anime mouth shapes. So mouths tend to get like kind of complicated So it might be a little bit longer to work on that, and might take some time to learn and get the hang of it, but we'll get there. Oh, there was a warning, but I closed the window and went back to bed. I'll sleep through the tornado. Just sleep through the tornado, it's easy. Oh yeah, and then I figured too, I'll show off what I did for my practice, my homeworks for the last week. So we did, yeah, this guy. We did, rate my anime mouth. Could use some work. You need some line breakups and some more wiggles and stuff, Pichu. I don't know. Give it a B. Could be better. But yeah, so this was one of my days. This was on, I think, Friday I did this. Did a little bit of ear practice. But then I wanted to kind of practice my head shape still. Because again, just because like we're working on one lesson doesn't mean you stop going back and practicing the other things that you've learned so far, right? So I wanted to keep some good practice on my heads in different angles and stuff like that. So I did this little study that artists will often do, where they'll draw the head looking left and right, and then shooting from a low angle and a high angle. And then they do all the different positions. And I'm actually really proud of my high angle shots here. I think I did not too bad on these ones. I was really, really happy with how these ones turned out, because I feel like I've always had difficulties imagining this area of the throat before, especially like with this angle is a kind of a difficult one to imagine and draw, I feel like. So I was really, really happy with how I did on imagining those ones. And then you could tell I started to get a little tired, I think, by the time I got down to these ones. Like, these took me a long time to do. And I think I got a little bit tired once it got to the lower angle ones. But I still tried to do my best with them. And I still think they're not too bad, right? Not too bad. How about that? That's better. That's better, Pichu. You know, I'll give you an A- for that one. We're gonna go over mouths, and maybe you'll be able to draw a better one after. You know, hit that S+. And then yeah, I had just like the standard like straight on camera view for those ones too. And again, just did like a little bit of ear practice on the side. And then I did mouth stuff. So I did a little look at what we're going to be doing for mouths today. So I did kind of do a little early practice on that for myself, because I find it a little bit easier if like for me to kind of teach and stuff like that, if I can have a day ahead to learn it myself and then come on here and kind of like explain and talk about things. So I had that. But yeah, I still want to go through and do a little bit of some practice again. So yeah, we'll start with that. Yo, let's go! Hello, Fox. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. I was going to do more heads with the eyes, ears, and mouths in the open time while you're on your vacation. Yeah, for sure. That's a great idea. A wonderful, wonderful idea. Let's do more. I'm gonna try to do more like a three-quarter ear. So drawing my helix. And I'm gonna see if I can remember all these the names too. We're gonna draw the tragus, right? still have a habit, I think, of drawing my tragus a little bit too low, so I'm trying to break that. This would be, you'd see a little less here. Now draw the anti-helix. Hello, Akira. Welcome in. And Oz. Hello, hello. These some funny looking mouths. We're still in review. Look at the top of the screen up here. Ears. We're getting to mouths, but we always review first. Supposed to connect to each other. I think maybe I should have had maybe a little thinner through here. Ah, Raz, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Pet the doggo. Dark Lord raid. Welcome in, welcome in. How was your stream? Wait, Sea of Stars. What kind of game is that? Sea of Stars. I don't think I know that one. Nice dance. Thank ya. Thank ya. Gotta welcome the raiders in with a little doggo dance. Doggo. Fox dance. Oh, and also, yes, thank you for the shout out as well. Be sure to give Raz some love, Foxfires. Sea of Stars looks cool. What is it? Now I gotta look it up. Very good game so far. Sea of Stars. It sounds like a game I would like. Oh, the art style is really cool for it. Interesting. How are you liking it so far? I like the pixel art. Is it just like an RPG? It looks like an RPG. Just a classic RPG. I'm not big on RPGs, but that one does look really pretty. RPG of sorts, and the combat is more... Oh, okay, the combat is more dynamic. That might help. Stream was good. We met an old seer who gave out gave our friends some advice on a desire of his. And Sea of Stars is a retro style RPG. And I've been having a blast with it. That's awesome. Artwork is so pretty. I love it. The artwork definitely captured me. Captured my attention for sure. I'm glad you're having a good time with it. And thank you very much again for the raid. And thank you of me for your community. And if you have to go and rest up, please do take care of yourself. But yeah, welcome raiders. My name is LiLi, and today we are doing some lesson learning in art. So we're just going over our review from last lesson, which was on ears and noses. Okay, so 3/4. These are sides. I wonder, I'm gonna try, let's try something crazy. Let's try to visualize more of like a top down. I'm gonna try to draw in a box for the ear. It's gonna be real experimentative. Oh, Paper Mario input? Ooh, I did like Paper Mario. I did play Paper Mario and it was really good. The 1,000 Year Door is the one that I played. I did like their kind of combat was fun. It was like a very simple turn-based combat, basically. Oh, also, and thank you for the hydration. Prop my feet up. Thank you, thank you. Oh, there's combo moves. And it can take itself seriously, but also not so much. That's good. A nice balance, then. Okay. So... did this wrong already? This would make... Boy, it's hard. Gotta use that brain. I think that would be here. Wouldn't see that line, I don't think. The hole it would make would be down there. This would still come through here. I think this part would actually move more down. Here, yeah. Yeah, that's better. Trying to see... I'm trying to visualize the ear parts in 3D, basically, is what I'm doing here with this attempt. So they say like art is all about trying to visualize like 3D space and translate that onto a 2D piece of paper. So when you're drawing, you want to kind of try to see that visualization on the paper in your brain. Which can be a tricky thing to do, for sure. think I got too much lobe. It needs to be, because if it's from the top, you would see more of like this inner area, and I think less of the lobe. I don't know. An attempt is made. Question of the day, Lily. What can I help with? Also, hello, Nano. Welcome in. I'm doing great. How are you doing? Hello, Cube as well. Oh, the fish redeem is so much fun, Vladimir. Are you an art major or just trying to learn art? I've just always been passionate about art. I have never had any like formal art classes or anything like that. I've just completely been self-taught, and I was like, you know what? I wanna get better at art. I wanna improve my art. So I ended up buying a course from Coloso, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go through and start practicing and doing the homework. And I was like, I put a feeler out and was like, is there any Foxfires that kind of want to go on this art journey with me? And a few people expressed interest. So yeah, we've just been going through together and learning very slowly, but surely. So many foxes in here. When you go to the con dressed up in IDV with the homies, will you also be walking around and shopping like in Artist Alley, or is this con trip mainly for hanging out? Oh no, I'm definitely going to the Artist Alley. When I go to conventions, the one thing I always make sure that I go do is check out the Artist Alley. That's like my favorite part of going to a convention. Besides cosplaying, getting merch is probably my second most favorite part. I'm hoping, so there's one artist that I really admire who does IDV merch actually, and they're gonna be going, and I think they have like a Melly keychain and a Wuchang keychain that I'm gonna possibly try to get. Could have fooled me about not being trained. Your ear is dang good. Thank you very much, Vladimir. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm really passionate about art. I've been drawing pretty much all my life, and I've just loved it so much. And I was like, you know what can I achieve if I actually sit down and try to improve my art? So let's go. And I'm actually, like I said, I feel like the course is helping me improve actually quite a bit. It's been fun, like, to kind of just watch and look through all the course progress that we've been doing so far. Like, I really loved how seeing this blind method, like, you could just see how much improvement that is already, right? If you ever start doing commissions, I'll definitely bite on that. I do actually have a VGen commission page, so I do still do commissions, but I've been just kind of slow process in picking them because I really want to upgrade my art before I go back to taking on lots of them again. But yeah, I'd be happy to do art for people. Yeah. This one I think I was also like just super proud of, mostly because like I drew something that looked like their like art style in a different angle, because like it's easy to just copy this. I mean, it's easier to just look at this and copy it over, but this is like really using your brain and applying what you've learned and trying to draw it in a different direction. And that's what I'm actually trying to do right now. Right? I was like, okay, let's push myself, and like I know the pieces and the parts, let's try to draw it as if it was from a high angle. So like I'm trying to think, oh, this part that comes over, you would see more of the top of the ear. Like you would see more of this rounded part, right? Is what I was trying to think, whereas like, okay, like the top of the ear might be right here, right? Whereas like this, that top of the ear is like right here probably, and you're only gonna get like half of it, right? So I was trying to visualize that in my head, or like here, you know, you get a lot of this, but if you're looking from the top, like a lot of this part is gonna get covered, right? So you're only gonna see like a little tiny bit. So that's what I was trying to apply in my head. Those are the things that I'm thinking about, you know? Even extreme silly art, for sure. I love LiLi style. Thank you, Raz. Also hope and pray you get to meet some foxfires on this trip too, unless you're trying to keep a low profile, in which case, never mind, maybe a subtle wave from afar. No, I would love to meet foxfires. If you guys see me at the con, absolutely come up and say hello. Hello? Hi? I said hi-lo. Hello. I would love that. Oh, you've never heard of VGen? Yeah, VGen is a wonderful website. Highly recommend VGen. It's basically like just a place where you can hire artists and commission them things and like take a look at their portfolios and stuff and see what kind of services they're offering. It's really, really good. And they kind of act too like as a middle person to try to help, you know, facilitate both sides and trying to keep both sides from, you know, getting scammed kind of thing. So it's a really, really good website. Hi-lo. It's a high-low high five. Next year? You gonna go next year, Gigi? I hope I can go next year. Hi-lo, like it's a secret code. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely, I highly recommend the site. Do check it out if you're somebody that likes getting art and commissions and stuff. It's really, really good. They just help artists to like stay more organized as well. Oh, they also just introduced like slots and timers too. So like artists can put up like, I'm going to open commissions in like 2 days, and they'll have like a timer countdown for when the like pages open and stuff. Or they'll have slots like, I'm only taking on 5 people for this type of commission, and then they'll like fill up like once it's done, it's done. So I'm like, they have so many like wonderful tools for artists even. Love it. Love them. I can't say enough good things about it so far, so. Should I try a low angle? Oh goodness. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to achieve this. Quacks! Why are there so many quacks? What are quacking about? Why are we quacks? Oh, hello, baby. Questions, baby. Oh, Lunar, thank you for the hydration stretch. Happy hands make a happy artist. Have a good night. Thank you, Lunar. I am being assaulted by a baby and Pepe. Seems about right. Hi. Puppy's like, I can't be outdone by Bibby. All right, never. Okay, so for this one, we're gonna see a lot more of that under ear. And this part is gonna be thin there, right? Actually, this part might be up more. Something like that. Same with this, I think. So I think because I'm thinking like this would be more rounded this way at this angle, right? Because you got this kind of piece coming over. So those shapes would be adjusted a little bit there, and then this comes around. This, I think, would be higher. I think that's right. I think I did that better than I expected. It's not horrendous. I thought it was gonna be really horrendous. This would just need to be shrunk a little bit. I think this might be a little more like this too. A little more cut off. You know, not too bad. I'll take it. Oh, this is low angle. I should write low angle. Not too bad, Lily. We'll take it. We'll take it. Good practice. All right, so that is not too bad for our review on our ears. Let's see, let me go back. Yeah. So again, we had, let me see if I can remember all the parts. We had the tragus. Is that part? Tragus. This is the anti-helix. This is the helix. This is the... I don't remember. Crest or something? Is it crest? Ear reference. was it called? Fossa? No. Crust! It was the crust! The crust. I think it was called the crust. It was right there. The anti-helix is the evil part of the ear. The crust. Right. I got pretty good. I almost got all of them. I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay, so should we go into a little bit of critique and then we'll start our new lesson then? I did a little bit of practice. Sorry, I'm trying to visualize some 3D shapes. Oh, I will bid you adieu. No worries, Lamir. Sorry, I was late on that. And Raz also with a purse with a Nyanya, of course. And I'm glad it's nice to watch. Hopefully comforting. All right. Go. Blaze, did you want your stuff critiqued? Like, normal? Oh, Mill check in the throws. I missed it. Thank you. I will hydrate now. Oh no, I did get that one. It's okay, I got extra hydration. Never a bad thing. Yes, please? Okay, let me find your work then. All right, got some ears here. So these are Blaze's ears. Got yesterday's up, can get some in today before stream. No worries, no worries. These actually are looking so good, Blaze. I am so impressed with you because ears are not easy to do, by no means. So I think you're doing really good already on them. I mean, I don't think there's even that much for me to say here. Like, you're nailing these. I would say, maybe try to keep in mind. Why must they schedule me on stream days? Are you heading off to work now, Oz? Poor Oz. Oh yeah, before I have to go to work. No worries. In a little bit, you got a little bit more time. That's good to hear. I mean, I can already see you're already doing like pretty much what I'm about to say too, where I think you're the part where you're bending or doing for the helix. This part, like you started off and see how much like space there is and stuff, right? And really opening up, which you're already like, even from 1 to 2, you've improved that so much. I think what I would say is right now you seem to be stopping at like a point. So a lot of times in art too, you don't want to intersect lines perfectly, kind of like this. In a lot of things, you want to almost like offset them because our brain likes it better when you're intersecting things. So one thing I notice here is the lines are always like coming together to like a point. This one, see, this one's better. This one's a little bit better. You're a little bit smooth. And you're also have it almost like being too like perfect and square here. I think that's what's first off-putting me a little bit when I look at it. So I would say try to, for one, curve that in a little bit. So it's okay to have this a little bit bigger than back here, and just kind of smooth out this line. Oops. And that's gonna help the brain. So if I erase that and I just keep that line smooth, that already like makes your brain go, ah. It just like, it like satisfies the brain a little bit. Cause yeah, when all these things like keep connecting to each other, see, even just like erasing that, your brain likes it more, right? Like we can smooth these back in if we wanted to, but like even like you don't even need it. If you just like put a erase right there, your brain can fill in the gaps and it doesn't feel as harsh right here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit too so you can see better. Yeah, so like really focus on getting this part nice and smooth here. I think that'll help a little bit, right? Nice and smooth. And then your tragus is looking much better already from when we saw it last week. It's looking really good. I mean, there's like not too much that I can give to help. I'd say like for this one, again, you might need a little bit more lobe. A little rounder here might help, right? So instead of being flat, try to get a little bit more round. And then I tend to have like, you do the round like a U for the lobe part. And then right around here, I cut in on the ear just a little bit and come back to your line. And it gives it a little bit more like dynamic shape. And it makes the lobe feel a little bit more like juicy. Kind of like what we did with the cheek. It kind of makes it a little more juicy. It gives it a little more shape, right? So you can see, I'll leave the other two so you can kind of like see the comparison. And I mean, that's already looking so much better. So much better. Again, this one you probably already know. Your tragus should line up and merge into that anti-helix. So the tragus comes down, you get that little lobe notch, and then it runs up into here. So I'm just gonna erase that line. I think you know that already. And yeah, you're doing really good already. The curvy line under the tragus kept throwing me off, like the little bump out here, for sure. I guess the only thing, maybe like when it comes to the tragus, you could try to, I think, come a little bit sharper. So don't be afraid. I think on most of these too, your tragus could come out a little bit more, I think. Let me look at the default. Yeah. So you could try to move them. Here, let's do, I mean, they're all not bad. Let's use this one. So if we move this out a little bit to say about there. Because this is kind of your ear connects to your jaw from here, right? So you can almost kind of imagine your jaw is gonna follow this line kind of idea, if that makes sense. So you can come out a little bit. And then I would say, don't be afraid to make more of a triangle here for your tragus. Don't be afraid to give it a little bit more of a bump out. So like come out and then really come back. And then, I mean, this is already pretty good. Just work back into that bump. I mean, like I said, Blaze, you're doing really, really good. Like, these are very nitpicky things, so. You've got, like, great, like, this one is really good. You really got that nice round, because you're kind of, like, almost imagining that this comes back in here to make, like, a cavity kind of thing. So you almost want to, like, keep that curve. I like how, like, these ones, see how they kind of stop at this line? I like the ones where you kind of keep this curve going. See how these ones kind of have more of a curve in? As opposed to some that just start up straight. The triangle? No, I meant this triangle. You're good. You're good. This triangle with the lines is what I meant on Discord. So you did get that. You did a good job with that. No, this is different. This is all, like I said, you've applied what we learned last week very, very well. These are just like extra little things to keep going on stuff. But you're doing good. Your lines are starting to look better too. You're getting the hang of that, the feel. Like I said, don't be afraid to sketch things out lightly first. So just using very little pen pressure, you know? And then you go in and then you start to darken those lines, right? And again, don't be afraid, like Control Z, draw, Control Z, draw, Control Z. That'll be like your slowly getting used to the flows of drawing. But you're doing a really good job. So yeah, I would say, again, focus on making it more round. Yeah, at the crust. So like this part is the crust, I think is what they call it. So try to keep that part more rounded. Avoid intersecting lines, I guess. If you can. Again, you can't always like avoid it and stuff like that, but in general when you're drawing, we try to avoid lines meeting up to each other, kind of idea like that. And then rounder lobes. So more of a U. More of a U shape. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You're doing really good, Blaze. There's not much I can critique here, so. I'm in the triple digits without writing in Control Z. Perfect. We gotta get into the thousands. Were you able to practice kind of drawing a guide on like a separate layer sheet? Here, let me. I don't know what it's gonna pop up. A little? That's good, that's good. It is really helpful, and it's like an important part of learning to draw too, so. It does help quite a bit. But yeah, you've done a good job of learning all the parts, so. Where is... Oh, I'm in the wrong folder. Here we go. There we go. What? Oh, I hit open. I'm dumb. I want to export. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna put this in the Discord for you, Blaze. Hopefully it was helpful. Like I said, I can't always critique too much because I don't always know myself what I'm doing, so. But you're nailing all the different parts of the ears, so I think that's huge already. There we go. I think this might be your best lesson yet. You're gonna be an ear pro. Professional. All right, bring this back up. Time for mouths. It is indeed mouth time. Ta-da! All right. So we'll move on to mouths as long as there's nobody else that wants critiques. I think it's just been Blaze so far that's been asking for them, which is totally fine. Cool. Okay, so for mouths. So again, we'll start by learning just like how we did with the nose and the mouth and the eyes and everything. Learning what things are called is very important. And like people will often be like, they will study like mouth and draw a million mouths and stuff like that. And I think it's very good to understand where anime stuff comes from. Even though anime will simplify and leave out a lot of things, I do think it's really good to just know the parts and know where they are, because anime still uses those basic foundations. It just omits drawing them. But you have to know what they are in order to draw the shapes properly, I guess, right? So that's why doing this step is still very important. But yeah, so we have, first off, I think this one might be the most common part that I think people would know, artist or not. We have the Cupid's bow, right? So the Cupid's bow is that upper ridge that kind of makes like the start of like a heart, right? That's why I think it's known as the Cupid's bow, because it looks like a heart. Beep, beep. So that's Cupid's bow. Then we have, they draw it in pink. This part, so like where it connects at the top of the Cupid's bow, you have these two ridges of skin that runs up to your nose, right? Your nose is up here. It's like nostrils, right? And those are called the philtrum. So that's the philtrum. Next, we have the actual. They did in kind of a purple, so we'll go with purple. Of course, we have the upper lip, right? So this area is the upper lip. And it's good to keep in mind too, the upper lip's three-dimensionalness, right? So it's gonna curve, right? Imagine these juicy, luscious lips. Gotta head up now. No worries, Raz. Thank you for hanging out. Have fun at Opus. I will. Thank you. Yes, free one has been so lovely. Bye. And hydration, thank you. Aw, Mythico also, and Chance, thank you for gifting a sub to Mythico. Mythico, welcome to the Demon Army for 39 months. Hello, Paprika. Welcome into Art Days. And Bobby, hello. I learned more with the critiques, so they help a lot. Oh, I'm good. I'm happy that they help you out, so. Oh, and then, we'll just, the bottom lip we'll do next, right? So, of course, along the bottom here is the bottom lip. So, top lip, bottom lip, obviously. And then, again, same thing. You kind of visualize, right? The lip in a three-dimensional space. So I'm just adding these curves around. Hope I'm not too late. Never! We're actually just starting up the mouth lesson, so perfect timing. Oh, and ad break is coming up. Thank you, Blaze. So this is bottom. I forgot to label, but bottom lip. Purple was upper lip. Then we have the part here. So there is a part of the lip right here that's just below the Cupid's bow, right? And this is called the turbicle. Tuber. It's a tuber. VTuber. The tuber. And I think that's it. Oh, I guess besides like the corners of the lips. And then like where everything connects together is just the corner. Lip corners. Lip corners, where everything attaches together. The tuber, it's very important. But yeah, so that's basically your different parts of the different parts of the mouth. And in anime art, we tend to not draw everything. Because like if we were to like put this onto an actual anime face, it would look very strange, right? Like if we cut this. I think there's like maybe another one here, right? If we were to cut this and put it right on the model, you know, it would look very strange, right? So we don't draw everything when it comes to anime art. We tend to only draw the bottom of the lip. So we draw the lip corners, right? And then we draw like just this bottom lip area. And we'll draw the tubercle. We have the tubercle. We don't forget that it's there, right? That 3D space is there. So you kind of start with like a thicker, dark corner. And then you draw up like a mountain. Draw up a little bit. And then you break a little bit. So a lot of time we'll leave like a line here in anime art. We'll break it at that kind of the top of the tubercle. I never know how to say these words. I'm not a scientist. I'm not in med school. But the tubercle will not connect. And it makes it feel less rigid. So again, I talked about this a little bit before, but like we don't draw like the whole lines. Like we don't connect everything because then it feels very stiff and forced, right? The thing on the thing. So we do tend to like break and add spaces and let the brain fill in because it feels softer and more real. So yeah, we come up for the two and then we go down for the Cupid's bow tubercle area. And I'm just going to copy, paste, transform. Oh, wait, hold on. I made mistakes. I redraw it. There we go. So again, our corner. And then we come up. We get a little bit lighter and finer. And then we come down to that Cupid's bow. Now I'm gonna copy, paste. And there is your lip. So yeah, for anime art, we pretty much cut out everything except that line or like the top of the bottom lip. And then some artists will add a bottom lip. So they'll add like a little line at the bottom here for a bottom lip. But some omit it and don't have it. Again, it's kind of like how when we went through noses, we could draw noses in different ways and express them in different ways. Lips is the same thing. People draw the lips in different ways. Some people will draw them more simply. Others might have a more natural or realistic looking lip and stuff. And that all just comes down to style preference and choosing the type that you like to draw. So yeah, if we were to lock this in. And then head to our soft brush. Give a little bit of a bottom lip shape there. So yeah, so that's a anime just basic mouth shape. And then one thing that I'll talk about too, because I know she talks about it, and I know from my studies as well, she has just like a plain one in here. Yeah, she does. Okay. When you have anime mouths, so ta-da! Now you might say, LiLi, that looks really weird. So normally when we talked about, you'll remember we talked about proportions, right? So anime faces, or not anime faces, normal human faces, your mouth will typically be to the middle of your eye placement. So the corners of your mouth line up with the middle of your eyes. That's just like a typical human face like proportion thing. Remember how we talked about proportions in our very, very first lesson? This is just another one where your mouth will line up to here. So I have placed it here like this, but when it comes to drawing anime, we draw the lips a lot thinner. So we'll actually make them a lot smaller. You can even go smaller on this face. See, that looks like way better than it was before, right? I see a mustache, exactly. So again, like that looks way better, right? So if you're used to drawing more realistic and traditional faces, that's just something that for anime art that has changed. So the mouth is significantly smaller and thinner, and it doesn't reach to the middle of the eyes areas. Don't know why that is. I don't know if it's just to like make things look cuter and more round, or if it's just because anime eyes are also enlarged too. But yeah, it's just a part of anime proportions. So keep that in mind when you're doing things. Don't make your mouths too large. But yeah, and then so that is the mouths basics. And then with mouths, we have a lot of different shapes that we can make to have different emotions, right? Of course. So we'll go through and we'll do like a couple that she has brought up in her tutorial, and I'll go through and draw them too with you guys. So I feel weird drawing the Dorito face. No, real chin is quite different. There's some style choices that can be weird at the beginning. Oh, absolutely, for sure. For sure. But yeah, so I guess we started. Oh, I deleted it. That's okay. We'll draw it again real quick. So we're just going to start with a mouth closed. And again, you draw a little bit thicker or like a little bit of a dot to start your mouth. So that's just, you're really emphasizing that dark crevice or hole that is right at the corner of your lips. And then again, sometimes like I don't connect that area, right? And I come up. And then at the I'm just drawing the tubercle. And I'm just gonna make that part a little bit darker where it like kind of connects together. I'm just gonna duplicate it again. And again, I'm not connecting them together. I'm still leaving a little bit of space between them, because it'll just make it feel a little bit more natural. Oh, and then, sorry, the bottom lip. I like to erase the ends a little bit just to make it a little bit thinner and lighter. And then let's draw the shape. I'm going to choose my soft brush, make it really big, and just add a little bit of almost like adding a little bit of a lip chap, lipstick. Tip for ears, that it's a question mark sign and a Y inside. Yes. Yeah. The Y is really handy. Okay, so that's just kind of a closed mouth. Let's call this closed. No. So that's just like your generic mouth, maybe a little bit of smiling, you know, bring these corners of the lips up a little bit, gives it a little bit more of a smile. A little bit of a smile. And then next we'll do a mouth that is just parted slightly. So we're gonna start the exact same way. Have like a dark corner, which is kind of like a little triangle almost, or a dot. And then we're gonna have the lip come up a little bit steeper for the mountain, right? Because we're now opening our mouth. And then we got that Cupid's bow area. And also too, like don't be afraid to like draw an area too and then erase after. Like if you want to connect your lines together, you can, and then erase it after to make them not touch and give more of that like smoother. So far I got one fish. And Alanon says, you're cleaning up the pond. You're doing good. And then we're now, because our mouth is open a little bit, we're gonna, that was kind of drawing the bottom of the top lip, right? And then we're gonna draw the bottom lip. Okay, and then I'm just gonna copy and paste again. Connect it together. And a lot of times too, when anime artists are drawing this bottom lip, they'll often leave like a gap here too. So if you can close it if you want to, or you can leave it open. Close it even just a little more kind of thing, leave a little bit of a gap. And then we have our bottom lip. This is open lip, open mouth. I guess you could call it like the sexy lips, slightly parted. Right? And it's an lip. Oh, and when I'm drawing, when I'm adding this shading in too, I concentrate the darkness right at the bottom middle of the lip area, right? You want like the darkest areas to be right where that shadow is, because you're just representing like the 3D space again. So you want the darkest parts at the creases, right? Because that's where like the strongest shadow is going to be, because it's like the deepest part. So you want to focus the dark here and then have it lighter out here, right? So again, like the darkest place is right at that tubercle. Also, hello Marina, welcome in. And then we also can add, for this one, a little bit of those inner lip here. A little bit of that shadow in there to make a little bit of that, give that top lip a little bit of form. Yeah, the occlusion shadow, exactly. Occlusions are like where no light can reach, essentially. It's like the darkest point and the point where like no light can get in. I'm pretty sure we'll go over the occlusions and shadows and stuff once they start getting to more shading and coloring. They'll probably talk about the occlusion shadows. But yeah, it's essentially like, that's why this part is so dark. Like the reason why you draw this a little bit thicker is because you're just drawing the occlusion and showing that like there's a hole here, but you can't see and no light can get in there. So it's just, you're just making it a little bit bigger. But yeah, so this is open mouth, right? And then I know like sometimes like people will tend to, especially beginning artists, will tend to like draw teeth, right? You don't have to worry about drawing teeth here. If you wanted to, like some will just draw like a little bit of a roundness in the corner. Like they might make this a little bit darker here to show where the teeth are, or like maybe add in like a little bit of a line, you know, something like that. If you really wanted to show the teeth there, but a lot of times with anime art, like they don't draw it at all. So you can omit it if you want to draw it. Just draw it very lightly and very subtly by just showing like where the darkness of the mouth is and showing, because like when you're drawing teeth, I'll talk about this more like in the next one too, but teeth are kind of like drawing a piece of paper almost that has been rolled, I guess. So you're kind of like, the teeth inside would look like this, right? Right? They're kind of like pieces of paper. Like if you were to draw it from the side, right? There's like the top piece of top teeth and bottom teeth, right? They're kind of like as if you had a strip of paper and you're looking at it. So remember that they curve like inside the mouth, and that they're not straight across. It's like a curved piece of paper. It's not like a board, right? With like teeth. We have like, technically they'd be like round and stuff, right? But try to imagine them like a ribbon. Did I keep this on a separate page? I did. Wait, no, I didn't. Rip. I'll get rid of it. I'll draw it again on the next example here. Oh, also, Fox, thank you for gifting us up to 7. 7, welcome to the Demon Army. Also, burger or pizza? I'm too lazy to cook today. Burger. I'm in a burger mood. I'm feeling burger. What did you pick? And sometimes there's just a fang. Yes. Sometimes people will just draw a fang. I already did burger. Okay, then pizza. Also, there is a purse and a nya for 7. Get another hydrate in. Prepare to be assimilated. Resistance is futile. %20 discount on 3 of those, so I'm just gonna stock one in the fridge for now. Wait, for what? Burgers? Or pizzas? Okay, so now we did a mouth with teeth closed. so now let's draw a mouth with like a big smile, or like a mouth with teeth parted, right? So again, we're still gonna have the darker corner, little triangle. And we're gonna draw the upper mouth again. And then still gonna open up. And again, this bottom lip is gonna start. So see how like kind of we still have it touching and flat a little bit on this one? This one's gonna open up even more, right? And we're gonna go down and create a wide mouth, right? A very wide mouth. And of course, I'm just going to, not fill. Copy, paste, Control T, flip, and put together. Okay, maybe it's a little happy. Just gonna shrink it up just a little bit, like that, something like that. 3 pizzas are way too much. Freeze the pizzas. Freeze the pizzas for later. Brilliant. Okay, so there's our lip shape again. Again, we still have the bottom lip. And going to a little bit. All right, and then we're gonna work on the inside of the mouth. So again, kind of like what I talked about before, we're gonna want to imagine the teeth as like a ribbon almost. So they're gonna kind of look something like that, right? Like a ribbon wrapping around. I guess it'd be a little more around here. But you get the idea, right? And then same thing with the bottom one. We would see, if we were to imagine as a ribbon, we would see opposite. We would see something like this, right? For the bottom teeth. Right? So we have our top ribbon, top teeth, and our bottom teeth. And if you want to start by drawing these guides too, in different orientations, that it's a great exercise. So in the same way that we like just practice drawing like heads in different ways, right? You know, you can draw these teeth shapes as if they were ribbons in a mouth, and that's also like a really good exercise to have. Just drawing as if, you know, so kind of going like a side view, the low side. low angle side view. But yeah, just drawing that shape in different directions will help you visualize the three-dimensional space of a mouth a lot too. So I think this is like a good exercise to do. If you're having trouble kind of visualizing that three-dimensionalness of the mouth. You don't need to know it for super simple mouths in anime, but it's definitely good to know and have like a strong foundation of. Again, it's kind of like the same thing where we learn the different parts of the ear or the nose. It's good to understand kind of where those teeth ribbons, we'll call them, kind of land inside the mouth. But yeah, so then with that knowledge, so like if we keep this in mind, then that means with this mouth open, we're gonna see like a little bit of the back of the teeth, and then we'll see a little bit of the bottom of the teeth. So there's our top teeth, and then we would have bottom teeth. The bottom teeth will mostly get covered by the lips. We can still draw the little part. They stick out a little bit, the back of the teeth, you know, the molars. So just drawing this part, right? Because our lip kind of comes over top of the bottom of the teeth, right? So we draw that, and then of course the inside of your mouth also has a tongue in there. So our tongue sits in our bottom teeth, and in anime we just kind of draw it as a round little shape like that. And then when we have the inside of the mouth, typically like the back of the throat, you don't typically draw like the uvula and stuff like that in the mouth for anime, so we won't draw that. But what they normally do is the back of the throat is darker than the tongue. So when you're drawing, make sure that the shade is darker for the back of the mouth area. Of course, we're gonna leave our teeth white too. Hello, Iridium! Hope you've been well out here. Yeah, we've been doing some lessons on Tuesday for some art. So that's what we've been working on. Right now, we are on the lesson for mouths. But we've done. I think the mouth is now the last part too for all of the head pieces. I think next week is just gonna be doing faces. So kind of combining everything, all the little parts that we've learned. But yeah, so I'm just gonna pick up like a medium gray for the back of the throat, and then for the tongue. We use a lighter color. And I'm just using the fill brush that she had. Remember how we set up a mapping pen and then the color brush? I'm just using the color brush for a solid instead of like using the airbrush. Okay, so I'm just choosing this solid to fill this in solid. You could also use the fill, where is it? The close and fill for it. Didn't I have one of these? I thought it was this one. Oh, it's because I'm not. This style of brush, right? Those close and fill ones. Or anything to make it a flat color. But yeah, so this is our mouth open. So, laughing. I'll call this laughing. Laughing mouth, or like a big open, wide open smile, showing teeth kind of thing. Then we'll do a talking mouth. So it's kind of more of a mouth where you're caught off in the middle of talking and stuff. What would a yawn be? So this next one, which is like a talking mouth, would kind of work for like a yawn as well. This next one I'm gonna draw. I think this would be kind of closer to a yawn. So this is all these other times we've had these corners, right? For this one, we're gonna be like doing as if it's like a yawn or the mouth like wide open. So we are not gonna start with those corners. Instead, we're gonna have like the top of the turbicle, and we're gonna just make a big, wide, rounded mouth. And you can make like the bottom of the mouth a little bit darker for emphasis. But yeah, like the side of the mouth is not gonna have anything because the mouth is stretched wide open, as if it's yawning, I guess. Call it a yawn. Oh, and then copy, paste, flip. I'm gonna connect these a little bit more. So it's kind of almost like an egg with the top and the bottom a little bit flat. Like see how it kind of flattens off at the top and bottom? But mostly egg shape, right? And then, of course, we'll draw like just the top teeth poking through just a little bit. Okay. And then we'll have tongue. Showing off the tongue. Egg. Egg. And then, of course, we draw the or shade in the tongue. Just using M key to mask out my area. And then I'm going to choose that fill again. And then I'm going to just pick up the same light color of gray with my eyedropper tool. And then, which is on mine, it's my pen click tool. Oops. Make a new layer. Drop it underneath. And then I'm just gonna fill everything to start, but that's gonna be the tongue color, and then we wanna make throat darker. I'm just gonna pick up the same color again. Back to my fill color. There we go. So there is a talking, like mid-speech, whoops, or yawn. And you can draw the bottom lip too as well, if you want to, but I'll leave it off for this one. Just to show different things. So this is talking. Oops, wrong color. Talking or yawning. I'm scared. Exactly. Exactly. Is there a trick to getting the lasso to go on the line or just learning to follow the line? It's just learning. It's just, you'll get more and more precision as you go. You can draw it also. And then remember you can always erase too or add. So like you can draw the first one. And then if you're like, oh, I got this ugly piece like up here, right? Do like a zoom in so you guys can see. See how like it's like, oh, it's not missing the line here. You can hit your Alt key to switch from add and subtract, right? And then I could come in and like subtract things, right? So if you didn't get it perfect on the first try, you can clean it up, right? Erase that. Erase that. Erase that. Or say like, I erased too much. Then I can go back and add. Does that help? And yeah, it's I think by default it's the M key for this lasso tool. And of course, it brings you to the lasso default, so you just have to choose the lasso tool. Like if I have it set to rectangle, and then I go off of it and go to my pen, and then I go back to M, it's gonna be on rectangle still, select, right? It'll just jump back to whatever you left it on. So I like to leave mine on lasso. And then I just press the M key, and I get a lasso. Okay, so that is those mouths, talking mouth. Oh, and then this one was cute that they did. So this one was more of like a smiling tongue out kind of anime mouth, or like eating. Really helpful tool that works with lasso tool, for sure. Pen, there we go. So yeah, this one is doing more of like a cheeky eating or a cheeky tongue. So we'll go down for the lip first, and then come up for the tubercle. And again, I make it lighter right where those kind of two lines connect. I always make it lighter there. It just helps it look more natural. Just gonna make it a little wider to match with some of these others. And then copy, paste, Control T, flip. Make the other side. This is almost like the this kind of face, like the uwu face, kinda. The cat face. Yeah, kind of a cat mouth, exactly. Kind of like cheeky and playful. Exactly. Oh wait, I didn't draw it on the other one. I won't draw the bottom lip on this one. Or I could just not shade this one. Then I have like kind of showing all three. Kind of like the more realistic with the shading, omitting it completely, and then just only drawing the bottom line. And draw a little. A silly tongue. Oh, and then I kind of just like filled in a little bit here and in the tongue. See how I kind of darkened this corner a little bit? That also kind of helps you think of like the bottom of your tongue. So again, like your bottom of your tongue has like that line where it connects. And usually there's like that skin flap, right? That holds it to the bottom of your teeth kind of thing. By filling in this little corner here, it kind of just makes it feel like a little bit more 3D, right? You can kind of see that space a little bit. A lot of the time in anime art, you'll see artists like darken certain corners and stuff, and it'll take you a bit of time to kind of like learn where they add those darkened areas and stuff. But a lot of the times, like, it's not just there randomly. It's there to serve some kind of purpose. So like for this one, it's just to show that three-dimensional space of the tongue under there. Yes, the frenulum. Frenulum. Yeah. Not everybody has the frenulum either. I had to Google it. Yep. Frenulum, because you can get frenulum surgeries as well to get it removed. It's called a tongue tie. I have a tongue tie. You can also have lip ties too, and I do have lip ties as well. Some people don't have them. Some people have them really badly. I think it's to do with breastfeeding when you're a baby, I think, or something like that. All right, and then of course I'm going to darken the tongue. Pick up the same tongue color. Choose my fill-in. And there's a cheeky little tongue out. Tongue out smile. Oh, so the baby won't choke with its own tongue or something like that? That's funny. I never knew what the purpose of it was. Tongue out or eating. Kind of got that eating shape to it. And then there's also, so there's like so many different emotions. That's what I'm saying. Like you can draw anime mouths in so many different ways because there's like so many different types of emotions and stuff that you're going to be trying to convey. And there's so many different ways. That's why I say like mouths can be a little bit more complicated and stuff to get done. But hopefully this will give you kind of like a starter pack of different mouths to keep in mind and stuff like that. Off to work. Have a good night and a good stream, everybody. Bye-bye, Oz. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a good day at work. Mouth lesson goes until we do at least 20 different ones. That's a lot. And then what else do we have? There is also like the like eating mouth, like a mogu, or like a pout. So there's like corner and we kind of come down a little bit. Actually, let's draw just like a regular kind of closed mouth. And you'll see in animes, they'll do this a lot. Well, they'll kind of like erase one of the corners. And they'll add kind of like this corner cheek puff. Chubby chipmunk. A bike? A bike? Oh, in the pond. I was very confused. And then sometimes like you can add like little bits of food and stuff, right? Like at the corner of their mouth. Call this a Mogu Mogu. It's kind of got like that chewing. The cheek puff kind of has that chewing Mogu Mogu esque shape to it. And then I guess like a sad face is always good to draw too. So instead of like, so for like a normal like happy smile, you know, like things that are gonna be more shaped up, but like for just like a closed sad smile, I did this the wrong way. You're gonna want to angle your corners of your lip up instead of down. So before we were always kind of drawing that corner kind of at a diagonal slope going that way, right? But for a frown, you're gonna go the opposite way, right? This is just like a sad frown. Frown or a sad mouth. And then you can actually, so like a lot of mouths too is kind of combining a lot of different techniques all together, right? So you can actually also, if you want more of like an angry or like a pout, you can actually take like the cheek puff And it makes it look a little bit more pouty to the frown. So like if we take this and we paste it, right? And then we add, we kind of cut this off a little bit. It looks a little bit more pouty rather than sad, right? Oops. Swing. Kind of, it's like hard because like if we put eyes here, it would look more. And you put this in, it's like pouty, right? So kind of like a sharper mouth with a little cheek action is more of a pout. And also too, like for a pout, if you shrink the mouth, like what I just did, if you shrink it, it'll be kind of like you're sticking out your lips a little bit. You're like, your corners of your mouth come in a little bit when you pout. See me? See how they come in? So compared to like the frown, you have a little bit more of a, the corners are tucked in a little bit. But I think that's like a pretty good variety. I can't think of many more emotions that would be outside of these. If cuteness was a country of YouTube model, it would be the capital. Soup. You're cute. Okay? You're the cutie round here. Thank you. I appreciate it. So adorable. I appreciate it. I made my model myself, so it means a lot to me. No you. Hit him with the no you. All right. Yeah. My writing slowly got like larger and larger. So I think that is pretty much it for the different types of mouths. Then, see, because this is a complicated and long lecture, because these are all just mouths from the front, right? But mouths, you want to draw mouths from every different side, right? So, actually, I'm just delete that one. I'm gonna say think of teeth. Teeth like two ribbons. Ribbon. Did a miraculous job with it. Thank you. Mouth from the back. I've never practiced that one before. Can't say. All right, so think of teeth like ribbons. And zoom out. Make some more space. So let us grab maybe like just a head. Yeah, I'll grab my head from when I did practice. So this was like the low and high mouth. Oops, cancel. How did I not? There we go. So of course, mouths are not always viewed straight on, even though we drew all these different types of mouth. So when you're drawing the mouth at different angles, it's kind of like try to keep in mind that feeling of, remember how we talked about the paper and stuff like that when we were talking about the heads, right? So you've got, you know, your different blockings. Oh, right, this one's from below. And we talked about how, like, if you imagined a square, you know, and you look at the square from head on, and you have half A and half B, right? And you're looking at it from center. When you turn that piece of paper to the side, right? Let's do the same angle. So it would be like this. And like this. When you turn it to the side, your center line is going to move, right? And we're gonna see more of the B side, right? Than we will the A side. Kind of how we talked about that earlier. Love it when people make things. Hello, Banana, welcome in. Yeah, we're doing lessons today still. So on my face, right? If this is my center line, right? This is the A half of our paper, right? And then we have the B half. I think our music stopped. And then this is the B half. All right, so we see a lot more of the B side than we do the A side. There we go. Music's back. So when we better 'cause like this. So when we have our lips, we kind of want to keep that in mind too. So if we were to draw like a some of this around. Sorry, labeling these so that when I post them for you guys later, you'll know what I'm talking about. Interview. And then this is a low angle recorder. So when we have our mouths, we're gonna want to keep like that in mind. So one side of the mouth will be smaller or shorter compared to the other. So when we draw our mouth, for example, like if I were to just draw a simple smile, and I'll start off something simple. So we just draw the most simple smile possible, right? This would be our center line, right? And this half, right, is going to be significantly smaller than this half, right? So try to keep that three-dimensional space in mind when you're drawing your mouths from the side and stuff like that. And then, of course, if you're doing like a mouth open, like I had on this model. So for this one, try to keep in mind where your center point is. The bottom of the lip. And I'm not going to connect. And then our top teeth. So now remember when we were thinking of our teeth like ribbons? Again. So if we're drawing the ribbon from the side, we're just gonna get this rounded part, right? So imagine the teeth look like this inside. And everything else is pretty much gonna get hidden. So like you can imagine like the teeth would be inside like this, right? If you were to draw the rest of the teeth, but all we can see is this little part that comes down and around. And then of course, we have our tongue. And we're not gonna see, but like the whole tongue would be rounded, and you only get this half, because again, if you were to imagine, the tongue's going to like come back in the inside of the mouth, right? So you get just this little piece that gets shown, and then of course the throat we just shade darker than the tongue, so just make sure that it's darker. And then, yeah, that's kind of your mouth from the side. So we still remember to draw all the parts. It's just one half. All the lines are a lot smaller. So we still have that half point, but a lot smaller on one side compared to the other. I don't know why I drew that so small. So mouth open from side. Quarter V. Yeah, and then that's pretty much just everything to keep in mind. I guess when you're drawing a mouth to the side, I'll have a side view. When you're drawing a mouth to the side, you quite often, if you're going to be drawing like the corners of the mouth and stuff to show that it's to the side, make sure that you don't connect these lines. Again, leave a space between there, and it'll look a lot more natural than like if you connected it. It tends to look a little bit more awkward than if you just like let your brain again kind of like fill in those gaps and just draw a little corner. When you're drawing mouths from the side open, so anime will do quite often like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to draw this, but a lot of animes will draw open mouths as well. Kind of like just on the side. Very rough idea, but you'll see this kind of mouth as well too, where it doesn't actually make logical sense, but it'll get drawn a lot. I don't have a good like reference photo to like draw it properly, but if you study and look at anime art, you'll see like the mouth open triangles on the sides of mouths quite often as well. So very quick notes on sides. Keep gap. Don't connect for the side. So just a few little pointers on those. Also, quick hydration and stretchy. Thank you, Blaze. The Mount Fuji mouth. The Fuji mouth, yes. Here, anime mount. I want to make sure I draw it properly. It's like the mouth that does this. There is also we could add this to our types of mouth, but there is also like they'll have like the dark corner like this, and then the mouth that comes up. And a little turbuncle. Like this. And then flip it. Like this shape. And then you'll have your teeth, right? That poke through. And this is what they call the Fuji mouth, or the Mount Fuji mouth, because you of course fill in the space here, dark, right? And then you get a Fuji mouth because you have like the little snow cap on the top of Mount Fuji. Because you got like the little snow cap on the top, and then it makes kind of like a Fuji shape. Like the mountain. And that's why you get Fuji mouths. Or sometimes that's like more of a realistic mouth, I guess, too. If you're drawing like really simple or like chibi styles. They'll just draw it like this, right? It just literally looks like a little mountain. Little Mount Fuji. Kind of like a open mouth. I'll add that to the different kinds of mouths. Oops. This is Fuji. Mouths. Maybe I should still have Mount Fuji instead of just Fuji. Mount Fuji mouths. Yeah, like DM's mood Fuji emote. Exactly. Exactly. About that something different commission table, would you consider drawing monsters? Just wondering. I have zero experience in drawing monsters, but if it's something that I think that I can tackle, I don't mind drawing it. I just can't guarantee the quality. Because it's something that I don't know very well. Like if it's something that's like intricate and has like a lot of scales, like Godzilla or something, I feel like I wouldn't do a super good job at it. But it could depend. Basically, if I think I could have fun drawing it, I'm not opposed to drawing it. Yeah, the side mouth, inside shape, or profile, or however it's called. I'm the only one that feels like it's weird. Yeah, it can be very strange or weird for sure. Coloso book. I'm gonna ask a similar thing about mechs because the artist that drew my profile picture ghosted me after drawing it. Oh no, I'm sorry about that. I feel like I would not be able to do a good job with mechs. Mechs are very hard and a lot of really complicated pieces and stuff like that. I wish I could, but I have no experience in drawing them. It'd be like asking me to draw a car, and I'd be like, we've got car. Yay! That's about as good of a car as I could draw. Remember how we talk about art is just a lot of practice? That's the difference. Like I can't, like I might be able to be good at drawing decent anime characters because I have started practicing them. I have zero practice and zero mileage drawing cars. So I could draw a car like an elementary school kid because that is where my level of drawing cars is. Same thing goes for like mechs. I'm like, I've never drawn mechs before, so I don't think I'd do a good job. Oh, I think that's why they ghosted me, because they said it was the same price as their other commissions, and then it took them like 9 months. Yeah, probably not experienced, and they just decided to take on work that they didn't know how to draw, and then like were like, I can't make it look good, and then ran away. But I feel like that's still like bad on the artist. Like you shouldn't ghost people. Like at that point, then fess up and be like, I can't do this. Give the person a refund, and then, you know, explain to them like, sorry, this was way more than what I can handle, and give a refund. But I think a lot of people too end up, it's like it's not super good. I guess like in this day and age, I think a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck, and then they spend that money beforehand. I always make sure that like if I get money in, whether it be for a commission or something like that, I don't spend that money until like 6 months after it's received, because I want to make sure, right, that both like I'm happy, there's no chargebacks, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, not good work ethic, exactly. I think actually that's, VGen has also put in their new stuff now for more protection for buyers against artists, which is good. And now I think every single VGen project needs to have a completed buy date. So before you used to put it if you wanted to put it, or you could leave it blank and not have it there. If you've ever had a VGen commission for me, I always try to put a completed buy date for my artwork, because like I want to make sure that the people get their work, and it's like if I don't deliver by that date, then you have every right to ask for your money back. Like I really want to make sure that like I, you know, put myself up to, it's like if I say it's going to be done by this date, I want it to be done by this date. And it's like if you do need more time, then just like go and talk to your client and say like, hey, I'm going to need more time for this. Is this okay? I'm going to be a little bit later. Like just be communicative with your clients and stuff. And it's like, if they don't need it right away, then, you know, I'm sure they're like, oh, that's fine, you know, like, just give me a new deadline so that they know. And I'll be like, okay, I just need an extension for a week, and then just get that done in the week. You know what I mean? But yeah, sadly, there's some people that lack communication issues. And I think maybe that comes down to like some social anxieties and stuff too with people, but I don't know. I get maybe because of my anxiety, I never want somebody to be waiting or in the dark on any project that I'm working on, so. Had 3 streamers in the last few months complain about artists. Some flakes are making them look all bad. It's true. Aw, I think it turned out nicely though. Same one as your Discord. I'll have to take a look. If you complain about scam protection, you're a scammer. Yeah, I think more people just need to hold themselves accountable for sure. I mean, it's a business at the end of the day, and I don't know, I want my business to look good, you know, to other people, so. Every video I saw of a content creator that was scammed so many times. She had a contract in place and is so fed up, adding to a clause to make them pay damages. Getting heavy for sure. For sure. And like I've gotten scammed before too, so I've gotten scammed a couple times like in my early days. So that's why I always require payment up front, just because I had too many people run away with things. I was too nice, I guess. So that's the harsh side, and it's like, okay, well, I know I can trust myself, unfortunately, so it just means that everybody else has to follow the way that I do it now because of a couple bad eggs, unfortunately. But that's just how it goes sometimes, you know? So there's some people out there that are very brave and will, you know, do payment on delivery or half and half, but I learned we can't have nice things. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the mouse. I'm just gonna like turn her video on, see if I forgot anything to mention. I think I went through a lot more in depth on things than kind of what she talked about. But I want to make sure that I didn't forget anything. Like I said, I try to do these lessons. I watch them and practice them ahead of time. And then I kind of use my time with you guys in teaching as basically like a way to drill everything into my brain, and then just making sure that I didn't forget anything. But I think I pretty much got everything. She just goes through and kind of adds some mouths onto the faces. Does a practice of drawing them at an angle. And then she doesn't cover the side angles as well. I kind of wish she did, but she doesn't. So I might have to go, maybe we'll do that. Let's go find some people drawing some anime mouths from the side. Because she doesn't touch on that, but I want to look at it, so. Let's see if we can find some good examples on Google. Ye old Google. Ah, here we go. Like, these are really nice. Ooh, see, I like these more. Like this one. I like the second mouth on here and the way that it's drawn. So let's use that as our example. I like this face. Because I feel like drawing the face from the like a closed mouth is much easier than an open mouth side profile. I think this might be AI art looking at the other one. I don't know. It's getting hard to tell now. I think this one's AI, but we'll learn from the AI. So it looks like they kind of draw. There's the nose. Down. And they still draw that top lip. So still keeping in mind that wedge comes down, right? And then got a little bit of a lip. And then we're gonna connect. So I'm leaving, here, let me zoom in so you can see better. For example, lower. I'm leaving a little bit of a gap here, if you guys can see it. Yeah, there's a little gap there, because it kind of like implies that there's like the lip comes down and around a little bit, right? You kind of feel that by leaving that little gap there and not quite connecting it. It almost creates a little bit of lip. Corner darker. And pull that corner up a little bit for a smile. Yeah, refreshing is a good way of learning. Exactly, that's why I do it. Doing training at work to renew a security certification. I've done this in years past. I'm kind of disappointed that this last training is more word salad than technical information. That is kind of not so great. You kind of want that technical information. So again, I'm really trying to think of those shapes here. What did I just do? Cancel. How'd we do? Not too bad. Oh, this is a good point that I was trying to like point out with U-Blaze too. I'm not gonna connect. Like, see how none of these points that I've drawn lead into each other and they're almost like a swirl? And it's like, I don't want to start the mouth right on this corner because it's kind of like off-putting. So I'm gonna either start it like lower and draw the mouth, or like draw. See, that looks awkward again too. So I think, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it to right there. So that was kind of like what I was talking about earlier, where like you don't want to connect certain points to each other because it can be awkward. So you like just offset it a little bit. Yeah, problem with word salads, there's so many synonyms for things, for sure. Concepts more than labels, for sure, for sure. Deparameterization? What is that word? I can't even say it. Deparameterization. Oh, deparameterization. Gotcha. I'm getting tired. No worries. Ghost Book. Sweet dreams. And good night to you. We're also getting close to the end here. Draw our tongue. I think this actually looked pretty darn good. This is, again, we learn from other artists better than us. That looks really good. So there's how to draw a less off-putting side mouth. Oops. Forget. Just want to set that eyeball back just a little bit. And this is just bonus. Just practicing other things. Again, it's like art is just about putting in those miles and adding lots of practice. So don't forget about all your other lessons. Keep applying those as well whenever you're drawing things, right? Here we go. Oh, side mouth. Maybe I should have done this a little wider. Oop. That's better. Side mouth. Non-awkward side mouth. What do we call this? More natural, I guess, side mouth. Or more realistic, I guess. We did it! Gonna make it a little bit smaller. Just so I can fit it all into our lesson here. Call this our bonus Fuji mouth. Bonus mouth. The Mr. Fuji. Mouth madness. I feel like I hear that in like the Derby announcer, like Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Every mouth layer has a part of another mouth on it, because I forget to merge the layer when copied for the other side of the mouth and create a new layer. Yep. Oh, to quick merge them, Blaze, press Control E. That'll help you too. Sorry, I might not have explained that. If you make a layer, so if you make a new layer over top, see I got a new one here. I'm over here on the layers behind my head. If you hit Control Z, you'll watch this, or Control E, sorry, you'll watch this layer compress to the layer below it. Boop. See how it just compressed into one now? So it's Control E to quick convert those. So if you make one half of your mouth and then copy paste, it's gonna make a new layer naturally. And then you hit Control T to grab it, like transform it, and then flip it, and then hit Control E after, and it's gonna merge those two halves together again. I didn't point that out, so that's a good thing to mention, Blaze. Thank you. Hello, is this the Lily pup? Lily of the pup? That is me. Hello, Oliver, welcome in. We're just finishing up our lesson today. We actually got a lot of good learning in. So I'm actually gonna save this, and I'm gonna post it into our lesson learning right now. And then maybe I'll take a look at what the homework is. And then that'll probably be close to the end of stream for us. So I'm just gonna hide this for now while I do some saving. Or exporting, sorry. So this is gonna be mouth 1. Sometimes I forgot you're an artist. Yeah, I do art stuff too. Yeah, Tuesday is our art day, actually. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, we do art. And then, yeah, right now we're just also doing a little bit of study mode. So extra super serious art. All right, so again, in the Discord, I have the practice works from today, so I'm just uploading the mouth anatomy that I did, and then I'm gonna upload my practice worksheet from today as well. And I think I posted my lips already, didn't I? Yeah, I did. My lip study is there already for you guys. And then we're gonna call this mouths. Today is 2024-05-07. And I'm gonna add that to Discord. My practice page, mouths 05-07. Submit. All right, there. So now you guys got pictures of my work from today. Let's make this so you guys can see again. Ta-da! And then let's go check out what the homework is. So for our mouth practice, what did she give me? Okay, so this is her mouse that she drew and her practice she gave. So like smiling, these are just mouths head on. And then she's telling me to draw various mouth shapes on the character's head in 3/4 view. And then draw various mouth shapes on the character again. So she just gave a bunch of heads and stuff like that. So yeah, we're just gonna be basically, homework is gonna be practicing doing these different head shapes in different directions and stuff like that. So could do, I don't think we're gonna have enough time. I was gonna say maybe I could start one, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough time. We got a lot of art practice done though. We did a lot. This page is full. Speed run, you want me to speed run? I could try speed run. We'll do one on each sheet. How's that sound? Speed run. All right, speed run. Speed run. Did it too wide. Tried to do a slightly mouth open. Let's just do... a regular smile. Classic anime smile. And then... What's the last one? Maybe the talking mouth one. Ta-da! Speed run. Did it real quick. I don't know where the line is. Oh, they have it in here. This one. Yeah. Let's lower the opacity on that so you can see it a little bit better. Here we go. I'll post my speedruns too. And then as always, these files are in Discord for you to see too. You can find my versions. That's a little better. To practice it yourself. So that'll be your homework this week too if you're following along in the course. Get your mouth practices in for both the 3/4. Quarter views. This is 20, 24, 05, 07. And then do one of these guys too. Speed running. A lip parted mouth. Go with a classic anime smile, maybe. The easy one. Oh, also, if you press Alt, it'll make it even from both sides. So like if I were to grab from the corner, it's gonna shrink or make everything bigger from the sides. If I press Alt from one of the sides, it's gonna move the other side evenly. Or if I hit the top and the bottom. So if you hold Alt for that, if you hit Shift, it'll keep the scale even. And then if you hit Control, you can move the points individually. I think I went through those on the day 1, but just again, in case anybody forgets. So like when I'm doing the smile, often I'll grab the corner and press Alt to make it bigger or smaller. That way. Yeah, it's a good one to know. Keep in mind. And speed round. Draw the tongue a little lighter. Ta-da! All right. Speed round. I did it. Did 3 of each. I'd say that's pretty good. For, I think I did that in what, 10 minutes? 10 minutes that took me, I drew 6 mouths. It's pretty good. I'm getting more confident, that's for sure. It's getting easier. Also, hello, Seven. Hello, hello. Yeah, so that will be it for today. And our studying was a good, productive day. Oh, let me do this as well. This is 24, 05, 07. Beauty. Did I put a date on the other one? '24, 05, 07. Here we go. So yeah, practice will be to get these mouths, and again, try to use again, it's good to practice drawing heads again, but if you you want to focus on learning small things at a time as well too. So don't be afraid to grab, if you have a head that you liked from a previous lesson or practice session, like when I did all these heads, right? I'm like, oh, I like these. Let's just grab one of these heads that you liked, that you drew previously, copy and just paste it onto your work, and then just add a mouth to it, or erase and stuff like that. Erase the mouth, copy, duplicate 4 of these heads that you like, and just practice 4 different mouths on it, right? If you draw the mouth on a head, it's going to help you learn the feelings and proportions and ratios a lot better too. So just grab one of your previous heads, or grab one of the lesson heads, grab one of my heads, and just use that as a base. You guys can take my heads and use them all you want for practice. I don't care at all. Feel free to use them to help your learning, okay? So these things that I put into Discord, feel free to use my work all you want to improve your own works too. So keep that in mind. But yeah, feel free to copy a previous head that you liked and stuff like that, and then just practice melts on that head. Like I said, it is good to practice the whole head, but if you don't have time, like art is all about like how much time you have. Like if you're in the mood and you want to draw the whole head, that is great, and it's only going to improve you further if you keep reinforcing and drawing things at different angles and getting those hours in. But if it's a day where you're like, I'm not feeling it, I just want to do a quick practice, grab a scrap piece of paper or something like that, just do a couple of melts on the paper, you know? It's all about like what you're in the mood for, and like don't like force yourself into something that you're not enjoying and stuff too, right? Like take the time when you're really focused and stuff, and you're gonna learn better in those situations. So if that means, if it means that you are going to practice the art, if you take my head as a base and then just draw a mouth on top of it to practice your mouths, do it. You know? If that helps you, get that done. Practice a head on a different day when you're feeling better about yourself too. So I know that was like, cause me, I was having a harder time to sit down and study, I feel like this last week. And I think this week is gonna be really hard for me to study because I'm going to be at OdaFest. So I'm not sure when I'm gonna have time to study, but I'm gonna be bringing my pen and my paper and my iPad and stuff like that with me, and hopefully I'll still be able to get some studying in. Cause yeah, it can be really hard when you're on the mood, so. Yeah, with limited time, I feel like I don't get as much practice in as that I should. And that's fair, and life gets busy, and sometimes you can't get practice in, and that is totally okay, Blaze. Like I said, art journeys too, everybody moves at their own pace for art too. I think that's a really good conversation to have too while we're learning. Everybody learns at different speeds and stuff too. So one person might be able to draw every single day, and yeah, they are going to, like, their stuff by nature will end up starting to look better than yours, but that's not because like you are not a good artist and they're just better artists or they're more talented. That is not what that means. It's just they've had more time to put practice in, and if you can only practice like once a week, that's fine. You're still practicing. It's just gonna take you longer. And there's nothing wrong in having a slower art journey compared to somebody else. So do keep that in mind as well. As long as you're practicing, you will improve. So yeah. And then I think that leads us to a close. Hello, AK. Oh no, we're just finishing. Hello. How are you doing though? Welcome in. We just finished up some long mouth practice, some ear practice, review, and lots of mouth practices. I think I'm gonna practice some more of these side mouths that look like this. I'm gonna practice some of those. Because I feel like I'm getting good at the more simple mouths with drawing the corners and stuff. To me, I felt like my art has always been really bad at drawing mouths. Since doing her mouth and her practice, I feel like I've learned a lot, and I've come a long way with my mouths. Because to me, mouths were always a struggle for me when it came to anime art. So even just doing the 2 days that I've had learning from Isham, I've really, I think, improved. So yeah. I always come in late with the practice streams. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Yeah, close and fill without gaps. I got that one. Sorry, I just saw Paprika's tool. So that is actually the same fill tool that we downloaded with Isham. So it's right here, the little ice cream cone. And then there's like the different kinds. So these ones fill with the lines. The one that Paprika listed in the Art General section is this one, I believe. And it just fills in with the lines. But I just still am in a habit of I use the M tool and fill that way. But yeah, should be getting some sleep anyways. Those were always a pain for a long time. Yes, it's because they are complicated. It's not as simple as like the nose or something, right? Mouths are really complicated.
especially when it comes down. I think it's because of the teeth a lot of times. But hopefully, like, imagining these ribbons will kind of help some of you feel the depth, right, that a mouth has. If you envision this ribbon idea, you can feel the depth a little bit of, like, how far from front to back, right? You're gonna have, like, your mouth here. So the distance between, like, the bottom teeth to, like, that back uvula, right? I find doing that, like, ribbon trick kind of helps you get a sense for that space a little bit better. That's what makes it complicated. Yeah, of course. Thank you for being here too, Nano. Sorry, I just saw that message. Yeah. All right. Let us look for a. Let me look for a stream. Oh no, I saw Aqua message me. I hope they didn't need help. Because I was in art mode. I hope he did not need help. What does it say? Oh no, they're working on the mask. Should I spray it with MSC before putting the colors in or just after? MSC? Sorry, I was streaming. What is the MSC? Is that the resin that I'm talking about? I don't know what MSC means. Let's go give Con some love. It's a Tuesday. We raid the Consta. Lots of beautiful artists to raid on Tuesdays, but we will say hi to Con, also Blaze with a go, and of course a Nyanya, little purse. Alright, and then I guess we'll just do like an art raid. I need like an art raid, we'll do a wiggle. Art raid. Another wiggle. One more hydration. Thank you, Blaze. I do need it on these days because I talk a lot on Tuesdays. A lot of talking, a lot of teaching. Yeah, so we get those wigglies going. If you don't have my emote, however, and you still want to raid along with us, you can use the Foxfire raid command there. Yeah, I think that is everything. So thank you again, Foxfires, for being here with me while I do some art learning. I do hope that you guys find these valuable. And if you're not an artist, hopefully you at least still don't mind the background of me talking and chattering about different things while you do your dishes or something. Thank you so much for the lurks and everything. I super appreciate it as always. And yeah, let's go give a raid to Con. LiLi, you gotta start up the raid. The Consta. There he goes. Oh yeah, right. And there's my Discord. If you want to post your progress, we do have a special channel in the Discord for all the resources, all the screenshots. If you want to post your work, do post it in the Discord in the channel. You'll see it. It's like the Isham Coloso course channel. Or we just have a regular art channel and stuff in there too, resource channel. If you want to share any of your own tutorials that you like, you can do it in there. And then yeah, my socials you can go check out for my other things that I do. And my VGen is where I take commissions. Thank you for dropping those links, Gigi and Blaze. I appreciate it. And yeah, thank you again, Foxfires, for joining me. I'll see you all tomorrow for free run in the Discord. We're watching anime. I forgot, this is my last stream before I go to Oda Fest. So it's gonna be a last stream until next week. And then yes, Discord we're watching free run Weeb Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, if you wanna check that out there. All right. Thank you. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Thank you. I will have a good time at the con. I'm gonna have fun, see all my friends. I'm excited. I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone is. Hope it's good for you, Foxfires. I'm speeding through this. Let's go give Kun some love. Some art raid. Bye-bye.